What's up, everyone? Champ Bets back again for another UFC Fight Night predictions and best bets video. This week we have Alex Perez versus Tatsuro Taira in the main event in Las Vegas this week, and I'm very excited for this card. There's a lot of exciting matchups. Tough card to predict, in my opinion. There's one fight that I have a really big bet on. It's my biggest bet since Edmund Shabazian. I was just the first bet I did, and I had a promo on it. I'd get my money back for it. So I feel like this is truly the biggest bet, even though I just last week I had a really big bet on the Mavov. So let's get into it by doing a quick little recap on how we did last week, betting wise. So this is how I did last week. I did very, very well. We take those. So made money on Lapalus. Mora let me down. That was kind of a bad bet in hindsight. I didn't bet too much on it. John Castaneda, at least he heard him. I can say that, but wasn't a great bet. Montana De La Rosa was a fantastic bet. Prates was an amazing bet. Miguel Baeza, bad bet. Didn't go crazy on it, but not good bet. Zachary's was a great bet. Bruno Ferreira, good bet. Dominic Reyes, very good bet. Imavov, fantastic. I mean, maybe not fantastical, but because people are going to bring up the stoppage, which I'll get into in a second. But I mean, he ended up winning. I think the tides are shifting in that fight. It looked good. And I did bet the fight not to go the distance in the Cannonier Imavov fight, which was plus money. I thought any side plus money probably would have been good. So yeah, luckily I was on the right one for that one. But yeah, I didn't make too many big bets this card. Prates and Imavov were the real kind of big. Oh, Lapalus too, were the real big ones in the card, and the other ones were just I think they can win kind of thing. So those are the ones I'm okay, we did good. So now let's get into just a recap of the card in general. I can go ahead and share my screen. Perfect. So let's get over the picks. I picked Ryan Amanda to win. I knew a lot of people say Amanda was robbed. I low-key thought Puja won rounds 1 and 2. I just thought the volume was much more, and I didn't think Amanda was hitting crazy shots. Amanda definitely won round 3. It was not 30-27 Puja, but I thought you could score 2-1 Puja, 29-28 Puja Tomar. I didn't bet on it. I wasn't super confident in it, but I'm kind of surprised Amanda didn't really try and grapple more. It was really dumb game planning. Taylor Lapalus beats Cody Stamann. Went exactly how I thought it would. Lapalus is a fantastic striker, keeps distance well. Cody Stamann couldn't really do much. Yeah. Eduardo Mora, she came in overweight, on weigh-ins, didn't look really good. And on weigh-in day, and I was it's a little bit worrying, but it is what it is. I have the bet in. It's not too much. She didn't look good. I'm surprised how many takedowns she was able to get on Denise Gomes, so that's interesting to take note of. But Gomes definitely did more damage. She definitely won the fight. Well done, Denise Gomes. John Castaneda lost to Daniel Marcos. Daniel Marcos looked the best he's ever looked in the UFC in this fight. I was very impressed by it. Although I think there's deficiencies in his game, and I think he'll get exposed sooner rather than later still. I do believe that, but it depends on the matchups. Castaneda did hurt him. I was very happy about that, but he wasn't able to get the finish. Yeah. Good work by Daniel Marcos. Montana De La Rosa beats Andrea Lee. I thought the wrestling would come to play a little more. I was surprised by the stand-up of Montana De La Rosa. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be, and I was very impressed. A lot more volume, and she looked pretty good. She definitely won rounds 2 and 3. I don't know what judge gave it a split decision, made a split decision to give it to Andrea Lee. Insane, but it is what it is. Montana De La Rosa definitely won. I felt good calling that one. Yeah, the younger girl won. Brad Katona won against Jesse, but I forgot to mention in my bets, Brad Katona was my anchor or whatever for parlay. So yeah, that was pretty big bet too. But yeah, Brad Katona, easy win. Went exactly how I thought it would go. Just Jesse Butler's not UFC level. You got grappled by Katona pretty easily. Yeah. Carlos Prates bit Charles Radke. I guess I kind of underrated this guy's power and Radke's toughness, but even then, I think most people get floored by that knee. That was a crazy KO by Carlos Prates. I think this dude's really good. I I was thinking going in that Radke's gonna have trouble probably trying to take him down. You need to have something on the feet to beat Prates. Like Trevin Giles had that jab, but his chin got caught at one point. But that was like why he was having the success. He had a fantastic jab. Charles Radke didn't really have something like that. He has a good left hook, but I don't think it's not good enough to give problems to Carlos Prates. And man, you look good. Best moment of the fight. Woo! It just goes woo, and then after hitting a straight punch and then hits a knee and gets the finish. It was KO of the year candidate, honestly. What a win from Carlos Prates. Very excited for this guy. This guy honestly legitimately could be a star. Next I have the card. Ludwig Klein versus Thiago Moises. Ludwig easily won. I was surprised how easy he won it. This guy is the real deal. I got lucky by saying decision. I mean, I'm going crazy about methods and stuff like that. That's not really my type of thing to really bet on and really pick well. I'm not good at it, but I'm good at picking fights. And Klein looked freaking good. I'm very, very impressed. He looked better than ever. I don't think you're gonna get this dude at plus like any nice odds probably anytime soon. Well, it's just lightweight, so it'll be tough, but tough matchups. But yeah, Ludwig Klein, incredible performance on the money, incredible takedown defense. It was beautiful work to see by Ludwig Klein. Pinelli Soriano beats Miguel Baeza. I was shocked by this. I thought Miguel Baeza would be able to work on the feet and like Soriano would go on the feet, but Miguel Baeza was so accepting of bottom. That's the problem with this fight. I thought if he kept it on the feet, Soriano would throw like really hard and go ahead and like try and take his head off. But no, Soriano fought really smart this time. He's finally using his wrestling base, which is honestly great to see. It's a great development to see from Soriano, especially now at welterweight. He's a guy coming from middleweight, pretty big guy. It was good work. Probably should have been stopped. It's great work by Soriano. I mean, damn, what can I say? Well done. I was so wrong on that one. Zacharias, probably dumb for me to ever pick this guy to win a round 2 fight in any fight. I expected Marquez to be tough. He got KO'd in 20 seconds. This dude Zacharias' power is pretty ridiculous. This dude's wild. I felt good calling that one. I thought Marquez not coming off a great situation, and I thought Zacharias kind of undervalued at the spot he was at, and man, Zacharias freaking delivered. What a win by Zacharias. Super impressed. Bruno Ferreira, Dustin Sofitz, round 1. This round 1, the part about it being round 1 is a little dicey. It's a little dicey, I'm not going to lie, but Bruno Ferreira definitely won that fight. Well, no, duh, he got a KO. I don't know why I'm saying that, but yeah, I don't think this Bruno Ferreira guy is that good. Like, he's at bat out of the hell. He's got a chance to KO anyone at round 1, but I mean, it's Dustin Stoltzfus. Dustin Stoltzfus gave you problems round 1. There's a good chance a lot of other people do. If he gets that Bo Nickel fight, Bo Nickel's gonna run through him. I guarantee you. Yeah, but good win by Bruno. Freaking a fantastic spinning elbow KO. What a win. Rosas beats Ricky. I went with Ricky. I thought he would go ahead and put the pace on Rosas and really put it on him and get Rosas tired. Round 1, that's basically kind of what it was starting to look like was happening, and he ended up kind of almost getting rear naked, but this dude's like on rear naked chokeable. I don't know how you get under that chin. Freaking well done, Rosas. But yeah, Rosas is able to weather the storm. Like round 2, he came in and able to sub Ricky, which is I think is super impressive. Ricky Tercios is not an easy guy to sub at all. He's freaking good. He's very underrated. So, yeah, good win by Rosas. Next fight, I had Dominic Reyes to beat Dustin Jacoby by KO in round 2. I was wrong by a round. Well, man, it was a textbook Dominic Reyes fight, to be honest. It looks for that left hand counter. It's a thing of beauty, and it could KO pretty much anyone in that division, except for Yuri Prohaska, I guess. But man, Dominic Reyes is back. Good win. I hope they give him a good fight next. I hope he goes back on a run, and I like me some Dominic Reyes. Felt good getting this one right, especially because I was wrong on Ryan Spann on Dominic Reyes. I thought Dominic would beat him so easily. That was bad. But This was a good call. Not many people were picking Dominic Reyes. And yeah, National Imavov, he did not win in round one. He looked awful in round one. I was like, what the hell is wrong with my guy Imavov? You're usually doing really good round one. Are you going to do bad rest of the round? This is the best Imavov's ever looked in my eyes. Why do you ask? The cardio was there. This is the first time I think we've really seen him have cardio in a 5-rounder, and I'm so proud of him. This is such a good development for like Nasruddin. What else to say? Dude's shots are pinpoint perfect. This dude is a nasty striker, and it's hard pressed to pick many other strikers in this division against this dude. This dude is so nasty. He was my big bet of the card for a reason. I did mention I was like going in hopeful that he was 5-round experience would help him get better with the cardio, and I was right about that. And I was very, very, very proud of Nasruddin Imavov. Stoppage was sucky. Not the worst stoppage I've ever seen. I still love you, Jason Herzog. Still the best ref in the UFC. Not a good stoppage by any means. He can do better. He doesn't make mistakes too often. Although, and if we assume Cannonier survives round 4, it's going to be 2-2 going into round 5. Maybe even a 10-8. But let's just say Imavov had all the momentum, and it looks like his cardio was really fixed. And he's picking his shots so well. He's not trying to overexert himself to get Cannonier really out of there. It's phenomenal performance by Imavov. Very, very impressed by him. So yeah, that was how I did on the card. Now, let's go ahead and pick ourselves this new UFC fight night: Taira versus Perez. Perez versus Taira. Very excited for this card. Let's get into it. Shalian Nurembeke versus, I'm going to call him Milk Costa. People call him Milk. I'm leading Costa to win a decision in this one. I think Costa is the better fighter. I'm not super impressed by Shalian. He's good. But Derek Minner, I think the James Cross situation happened there. Steve Garcia, he did look really good in that fight. He hurt Garcia. I was there in person. It was 287. He let the fight get away from him, and Steve Garcia was able to... And Steve Garcia beat both these guys. Kind of crazy. TJ Brown, that's a good win in my eyes. Sean Soriano. Okay. Culibao, not a bad loss at all. Garcia. Lingo. Ugh. He looked great in that fight. But yeah, Thiago Moises short notice, and LFA. From what I've seen from Costa, I think he's got a really good all-around game. If it's on the feet, which I think it's probably going to end up being... Shalian Nurembeke is probably going to want to go ahead and get a takedown, but I think Costa's he's going to be faster, and I think he's going to be able to land more volume, land good shots on the feet, and end up winning on the feet. This is a close fight. I can see it go either way. I'm not confident. I'm not betting this one at all. Like I said, I do have a big bet on this card. It won't take long to get to it. I'm going to go extensive in that one because I have a lot to say. I like Costa on this one. Here we go. Julia Pilastri versus Josephine Knudson. We're already here at the big bet. Yes, I'm betting big on women's MMA. I think people would say like, "Oh, you shouldn't bet big on women's MMA." I don't agree. This girl, Josephine Knudson, is special. I think, I'm going to go round through TKO. Decision's very likely. I'm going to say decision's very likely, but I wouldn't be wanting to play over 2.5. This girl, Josephine Knudson, is special. Why is she special? I think she's already she's top 10 caliber girl in this division. But champ bets, who is she fought? She has fought no one good. She beat Marnik Man. She beat Verbeek, I don't remember her first name. Isis Verbeek. She is not good. Julia Pilastri has fought all right girls. Okay. Let's get into this. Actually, is there a way I can... It's not big deal. I know this off the top of my head. Josephine Knudson, while not fighting the best competition so far, she's 7-0. Like, Marnik Man, Verbeek's alright. I think Verbeek's actually alright, but Marnik Man obviously doesn't say much. But at least to me, I know that she can freaking 30-24, this girl. She 30-24 Marnik, man. It's 30-24, 30-25. I'm pretty sure it's 30-24. Honestly, Knutson could have finished that fight. She could have finished that fight. But she does the thing like how Shavkat Rakhmonov did against Neil Magny, where it's like, okay, I'm gonna go for the finish in like the last like moments or whatever, so I really seal this round in. She is great at that, and this girl is one of the best minute winners I have seen in the women's divisions. She is so good at imposing her will. She's so fast. She's so quick with her movement as well as her punches, her kicks. Her lead head kick is a thing of beauty. Her ices for beak with that. It's a thing of beauty. Has good flying knees, good knees. Her clinch game is phenomenal. I love it, especially against the cage. It's incredible. And I do want to get into this fight. Jacinta Austin. Jacinta Austin is the current eternal flyweight champion. Yes, flyweight. This was Josephine Knutson's toughest fight on UAE Warrior 63? 63? No, it doesn't say. Whatever. It's something like that. Maybe 53. I don't know. But I did end up watching that fight, and that fight was really close. And if you don't know, Jacinta Austin is incredible. She's a big girl. She is big. She's a flyweight champion of Eternal, after all. And she's really good everywhere. She's got really good stand-up, really good wrestling. She's going to be in the UFC very, very soon. I guarantee you she's going to be in the UFC very soon. She's way better than Julia Pilastri. And Josephine Knutson was able to win that fight in basically a year ago. Now with more time to develop, more time to get better. I mean, Knutson's the real deal. What else to say about Knutson? Her strikes in the clinch are really good, which I already said, but I like how she strikes out of the clinch to get out of clinches. It's a thing of beauty. Her takedown defense, as shown in other fights, has shown to be pretty good. It's been pretty good. Only against Jacinta Austin where it's been like challenged. And again, Jacinta Austin is incredible. What about Josephine Knutson striking? What is her background? I think it was a gold medalist in Muay Thai or something like that, like world gold medalist, something like that. I know for a fact she was ranked pound for pound in like kickboxing for like a 2-year period, in like from 2020 to 2022, against under combatpress.com. Thank you, one Kawizi, for leading me on to that. Shout out to his channel. He's really good capper. This girl is a decorated striker. She is phenomenal. So I know I hear a lot of people mentioning like, oh, the reach difference is gonna matter so much, but Josephine Knutson has the height advantage here. She's 5'3" to 5'2". Julia Pilastri is a former atom weight, which is 105. She's not the biggest girl. So, and even then, reach has not really been a problem for Josephine Knutson. Again, she's got the striking background. When she fought Isis Verbeek, who was taller than her by a few inches, had a 4-inch reach, a longer reach, it was no problem at all for Josephine Knutson. The range or anything like that. It was zero problems at all. I expect Josephine Knutson to be the stronger girl. This girl is, I mean, the stats don't seem like she's big, but this girl is big and very, very strong. She's able to push you against the fence and clinch you up, do damage. She has good wrestling. And we've seen this development in Yadim's, I mean, actually all these fights. Yadim saw Jacinta Austin. She was able to take down Austin, take her back. She has a pretty nice back take, to be honest, as well. Isis Verbeek, able to wrestle her. Marnik Man did whatever the hell she wanted with her. This girl is everything you want to be. The secret is out. Although the line has been moving, which is like, why the hell is it moving? Because I thought this line would move the other way towards Josephine Knutson. I got in early at like minus 225. I'm completely okay with this bet. This is one of my biggest bets ever. I love Josephine Knutson here. I haven't really talked about Julia Pilastri, so let's get into her. Patricia Alukas. So I don't remember sure how you pronounce her name, but I watched the tape. I watched that Dana White Contender Series fight. This girl had 3 minutes of cardio, and just burn on, and she hit Julia Palastri in those 3 minutes with really good shots. Julia Palastri, I think, has really poor defense, like especially going looking towards the judges, because she just gets hit. She leaves her chin like wide open, like. I hate that. Like she is tough. I'm not gonna act like she's not tough. She's definitely tough, but like she gets hit, and Josephine Knutson is gonna be able to hit her with no problem. I'm really sure about that. She's able to take down this girl who basically used up all her cardio early on. She was a -600 favorite in that fight. Of course she won. Of course she made it. I mean, maybe it wasn't even necessarily easy. It was just. Okay, let me just land big shots, like really looping. I think her striking's really slow. It's not necessarily bad, but it's really, really slow. Again, she's open on the feet. I don't like that. I don't like that, especially as a girl who I think is going to be smaller, even though she has a reach advantage. I think she's going to end up being smaller than Josephine Knudsen. Maybe the UFC stats are lying about the height, stuff like that. But I looked at tape of the other girls, like Knudsen fighting a 5'2" girl, and what that looks like. And Palastri fighting someone a little taller, what that looks like. I think the heights do match. What else to say? This is like her best win. Her best win. Brenda Gotic. I watched that fight, and I'm not impressed by that Brenda Gotic girl. She took her down so easily, Brenda. But then got reversed. She had nothing. And the common thing you'll see in Palastri's record, especially as of late, is the girls she fights, their records are padded. Their records are padded. There's no one really good that they've beaten. This girl has not really beaten anyone that's really that good, in my eyes. And like these LFA opponents, just nothing to really say much about. It's okay, but yeah. And then let's get to this Jasmine Justavicius fight. Jasmine did whatever the hell she wanted. Yes, Jasmine's a flyweight, and Julia Palastri is not a flyweight. She's a former atomweight. Yes, I absolutely get that. And like, oh yeah, Palastri had success in round 3. But and at that time, Jasmine's cardio wasn't the greatest thing. She went a full heavy like grappling pace in that fight. And then she kind of gassed out. She's a tough girl. She can take shots. She's okay with being game and stuff like that. But Jasmine Justavicius easily banked those rounds of wrestling. Julia Palastri's her takedown defense is suspect. Josephine Knutson is going to be able to take her down. The line coming in close, I just don't get. I really don't get what's happening. Maybe people looked at last card. Oh my God, all these underdogs won. This has to be Julia Palastri then, because all women suck. That stuff is stupid in my eyes. Maybe Josephine Knutson has an injury that I don't know about, and I'm very scared because if it's that, I'm scared out of my heart. Maybe like there's some weigh-in problems. From what I could tell, Knutson's fine, Palastri is fine. They'll make weight. So I'm worried about like that kind of stuff. Like it's stuff that is not really the fight tape that like actually might be why the odds are changing. Josephine Knutson is closer to her prime, if not already in her prime. She's 28. Lifetime experience with martial arts, not necessarily MMA, but she's been in that atmosphere at All Stars, seeing people wrestle. She knows what to do. She has a great team behind her. CW fighter. I looked at this page. Oh, this is how I do it. Okay. Yeah, the CW fighter page. There's only 2 fighters listed: Julia Palastri and Pedro Muniz. 0, 0, and 0. Whoever this Pedro Muniz guy is. I think she said she trains with like men or whatever, like maybe her husband or something like that. Palastri, I'm talking about. And like, she's used to that, but like, you have to fight girls your size to know how they feel and really implement what they do, what to do with them. What else? Smaller cage, easier for Knutson to go ahead and push Palastri to the fence and work her clinch and grappling. Like I said, Knutson's incredible at winning minutes. Where does Palastri win minutes? She might win moments where like hitting a big shot. Knutson is defensively aware. Like she's pretty good defensively. She moves very well. Again, she's fast. I already said that. She's gonna go into Palashi without any problem. She's like a bull with horns, pushing her against the fence, do whatever the hell she wants. I love Josephine Knudson. I think she's incredible. I don't have much more to say off the top of my head. Yeah. I guess I can mention the sub game. Pilastri does have subs, but again, Josephine Knudson is defensively aware. She knows what she's doing. And it's as simple as that. Yeah. I don't want to leave this fight without forgetting to say something. I do want to get it all out because I'm very confident. I want to give my reasoning for Josephine Knudson. I don't have to say anywhere near as much as this fight for the rest of the fights on this card. Josephine Knudson. What was it that I wanted to say? There's one more thing I want to get into this thing about her not finishing fights because I did mention this earlier, but I want to mention this more again. It's not the end of the world that Josephine Knudson does not finish fights. Wow, Polishri finishes fights. She has a good chance in this. No. I don't even hate it because why? Because to me it shows good fight IQ, and let me explain why. She does not go all out for finishes. You have to let finishes come to you. Something like Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman. Leon Edwards does not go crazy for finishes usually. He really isn't the type to do it, and he wins a lot of fights going like that. The fighters I really like to bet on are decisionators, to be honest. Manon Fior, Leon Edwards, Lerone Murphy. There's many more. I'm trying to. I guess Volkanovski, but in Volkanovski not been so great. But all guys like that are like guys I love to bet on, and like they don't necessarily finish, but they do such a good job at winning minutes, being defensively aware, and they just win all the time. They're the best. They're the freaking best in like the world. I think those are the best type of fighters to even bet on, and they let finishes come to them. If they're going to get a finish, they get a finish beautifully. This is not Dana White Contender Series necessarily, so maybe Knudson's not going to go ahead and take as many risks. And you know what? I'm okay with that. It's not the end of the world for me. To me, she wins rounds so clearly, and that's her style, and I love it. There we go. That's the breakdown for Josephine Knudson versus Julia Pilastri. Josephine Knudson all day. I really hope she wins. I have a big bet on her. Next fight on the card, Jekka Saragai versus Weston Wilson. This is a tough fight to bet. I'm going to go with Saragai around 1 KO. But Weston Wilson's live for a sub. He's like legitimately live in this fight. I'm not confident at all in Jekka. Wilson's like, he's not great on the feet. He really should grapple right away in this one. But yeah, I think Jekka just catches him. It's as simple as that. I don't really have to take too much time in some of these other fights. Next up the card. I like Carly Judice or Judice? Not KO. Decision. I think this girl has really good volume. I like the volume on her. I think she can maybe even implement some possible wrestling. I'm not crazy about Fernandez, what I've seen. That Jasmine fight, Jasmine's really good. I was like, Jasmine freaking destroyed this girl. Taisa Bleda did whatever, maybe not did whatever she wanted, but had a good work with her, and I'm impressed by Judice versus Ernesta, who I think is pretty alright. She's pretty good. Fernandez does hit really hard. She goes freaking ham. I do like the reach and height advantage of Carly Judice. Yeah, I should have checked how it's pronounced. I haven't done too much tape study on this fight, but I have, from what I know about these girls, I do like Judice. She's young. I think she's making developments. I'm gonna go with her as an underdog. Am I gonna bet it? If I am, it's gonna be like really small. Maybe not. I don't know. Next fight up the card: Garrett Armfield versus Brady Heidstand. This is a tough fight to pick. Garrett Armfield versus Brady Heidstand. Let me explain why I think this is a tough fight to pick. Brady is not bad at all. He's got good wrestling. I've been listening to interviews of Brady. I know he's working on the hands. He's working on the striking. Garrett Armfield's hands are freaking nice. I love Garrett Armfield. I bet on him to beat Brad Katona at 297. I felt so right about that. I've been a big Garrett Armfield fan since the Kazama fight. I was like, bro, this guy is actually freaking nice. This guy is good. But he did get held against the cage a lot against Brad Katona, just like a little freaky. Brady Heisand's gonna, I think, might be better in that department. If his hands actually did develop, I think he's got a shot here, a good shot, and he could probably push Armfield against the fence. This is a smaller cage, of course, so less room for Garrett Armfield to work. I do like Garrett Armfield's new team with like Trey Ogden and those guys, Miles Johnson on the same card. It's a tough fight. I'm gonna go with the dog shot. I'm gonna go Brady Heisand by decision. I'm high on Brady. I'm high on Garrett Armfield too. I'm not confident in this fight. Maybe I take a small dog shot on Brady Heisand because he is the dog. I can't get too mad at like betting like underdogs. I'm not gonna bet crazy amount on him if I do. I wouldn't be surprised if Garrett Armfield wins by all means. I think Garrett Armfield is really good, as I said before. I think Brady Heisand's a freaking dog, and I think he can win this fight. Tough 29 forever, but yeah. I'm going Brady Heisand. I'm gonna be honest. I was picking Garrett Armfield until just that moment. I let the gut. If I die here in the gut, it is what it is. I'm not gonna have too much on this fight. Again, Josephine Knudson is that's my Super Bowl. That's everything that matters to me. Nate Maness versus Jimmy Flick. I love Jimmy Flick. I got Nate Maness round. Let's see, round 3. Nate Maness probably won't get subbed by Jimmy Flick, and just due to that, Jimmy Flick's probably going to gas out, and Nate Maness is going to land shots. Is Jimmy Flick live for a sub? I actually do think so. I think absolutely he is. He is live for a sub. I like Jimmy Flick. He's very crafty with submissions. I'd love to pick Jimmy Flick here, but it's just a tough ask against a guy who's really big in Nate Maness at flyweight. I think it's going to cost. If this fight's on the feet, this is just nasty for Jimmy Flick. Nate Maness is a wrestler. I think he should be fine in the positions. I got Nate Maness to win this one. Not much to really say. Tagir Ulanbekov versus Joshua Van. I swear this had Joshua Van as a big, a lot of people voting for Joshua Van. But yeah, I gotta go Tagir to win the decision. Why Tagir? I'm not confident in this one, by the way. I'm just gonna say this out loud. Tagir's wrestling, I think, is just too much for Joshua Van at this point in Joshua Van's career. Joshua Van is really good. I like Joshua Van. I think he's got a great future. He's 22 years of age. He's really young. He's going to get better. He's going to keep getting better. But I think Tagir is maybe just a little too much too soon. But can I see Joshua Van weather the storm? Can I see Joshua Van go in on Tagir and melt him? I absolutely can. Tagir's able to be melted, which is why I'm not super confident in this one. If this fight's on the feet at any point, might not at any point, after round 1, because Joshua Van usually always loses round 1, but he wins the fights as the fight goes on. His body shots, I think, can definitely cause Tagir problems. I do think there's even a chance that Joshua Van's able to deal with the wrestling, but I'm not. I feel like I'm gonna look at myself really. I'm gonna be really dumb. I'm gonna feel really dumb if I don't pick Tagir to win. If I'm honest, and if Tagir loses, he looked good round 1 likely. So I guess that's what I'm gonna go with. I do think Tagir's gonna be able to use his wrestling to win against Joshua Van. I don't think Van's gonna get subbed. I think Van's defensively aware enough on the ground. I want Ulanbekov. Tagir. Adam Fugate versus Josh Quinlan. I think this is just an athletic difference, if I'm honest. I think Josh Quinlan just gets just KOs Fugate. I don't like how quick Josh Quinlan is coming back from the Danny Barlow fight, and Fugit did the right thing by taking a lot of time off from the Mike Malott fight. But man, Josh Quinlan, he really impressed me in that Danny Barlow fight. I thought Barlow would just steamroll this dude. He did not steamroll him. I mean, he was winning. Danny Barlow is definitely winning, but he did not steamroll Josh Quinlan. Quinlan hit really good shots of his own. And I think if you're able to hit good shots on Danny Barlow, you're going to be able to hit good shots against Adam Fugit. So really, that's what I'm going with. I think Adam Fugit's not a bad dog shot if you want to go with him. If he even is a dog shot. I think he still is. Let me check. Just to be sure. Yes, plus 105 on Bovada. And on Hard Rock, he is... What the hell is this fight? This is out of order. Let me find it. Is it not here? Oh, here it is. Plus 100. Yeah, he's a dog shot. I do not hate it. I do like how Adam Fugit moved to Fight Ready for basically like this whole year. It's been working there. I don't like the age. I do like the height and reach for Fugit. Fugit's very live on this one. But I like the athleticism of Quinlan to ultimately win. Also, I'm a Bayev versus Jose Johnson. I'm not even sure if this fight's gonna happen, but I'm a Bayev to win a decision. I think Jose Johnson's good enough on the ground to keep himself safe from like submission stuff like that. I don't know how the hell Jose Johnson's gonna make this weight. It's like a 6 foot freaking flyweight. That's crazy. Alciu's really good. Josie Johnson got taken down by Chad and Helliger. If you're getting taken down by Chad and Helliger, Alciu Amabayev is definitely going to take you down. Josie Johnson is live on the feet though. I think that at the point odds are at right now, Alciu's not really worth a crazy bet. Maybe early on minus 420, you could have gotten away with it, but even then, eesh. But yeah, I think Alciu's gonna be able to take him down and get a sub. On the feet, it could get dicey again, but I like Alciu. Next fight up the card, Miles Jones versus Douglas Silva de Andrade. I'm going Douglas Silva de Andrade to get a round 3 finish against Miles Jones. I'm a Miles Jones lover. I love Miles Jones, and I've picked him to win. I think I picked him to win against all these guys, except for this guy. I actually really like Miles Jones. I think he's good, but I think Douglas Silva de Andrade is it's a tough matchup because he's pretty much always there whenever a fight. He's always going to be there. And unlike Cody Gibson, he's going to freaking land heavy on you. Douglas Silva de Andrade is nasty. He is nasty. And his losses are not bad at Lerone Murphy. Lerone Murphy's freaking phenomenal. Said Nurmagomedov is incredible. I really like Said. Sergey Morozov, he weathered the storm and able to win that fight. And I'm not crazy about that win. But Cody Stamann, that's a good win. Although did I think Cody Stamann won that fight? I might have thought Cody Stamann won. I don't like the long layoff of Douglas Silva de Andrade. I don't like the age either. If Douglas Silva de Andrade was younger, I probably would have been more confident on him. But I'm not that confident, especially going against Miles Jones, who's at a good gym. He's at a good gym with Trey Ogden, Garrett Armfield, those guys. I don't know. I just can't help but see Douglas Silva de Andrade getting a late finish here. I think Miles Jones does still slow down. I think that's gonna end up being in Douglas Silva de Andrade's favor. Next fight up the card, Timmy Kwamba versus Lucas Almeida. This is a tough fight to call. I like both. I'm going Timmy Kwamba by decision. I think Timmy is going to be able to take Lucas Almeida down and pretty much hold him there and do damage. I like how he's younger. I looked at his Instagram. I know he's definitely working. Lucas Almeida, I'm not as sure about with like the Instagram, but maybe keeps it private. Nothing wrong with that. But I think Timmy Kwamba, if he fights smart, he takes him down, he's going to win. And that's really what he should do. So yeah, I got Timmy Kwamba to win. Next fight up the card, Ikram Maleskarov versus Antonio Tricoli. What do you want you need to say? Just he's gonna get this dude. This guy's not good. Maybe he has blackmail in the UFC. Mackenzie Dern's like husband. Like, Ikram is so much better than this dude. There's a chance this guy Tricoli bonks Ikram, but Ikram is so much better. Ikram Aliskarov is the way to go. I don't even need to really give analysis on that. You already know. Tatsuro Taira versus Alex Perez. This is a tough fight. This can go either way. I really like the developments of Alex Perez, but I'm ultimately going to go with Taira by TKO round 3. I go TKO because I feel like Perez is like at this point where he's like, there's no way I don't want to get subbed. I don't want to get subbed. I'm going to do anything not get subbed. So that's kind of the reason why I'm going TKO. I love Tatsuro Taira, and I'm not confident in Taira at all by any means. I might bet him, but if it's minus 200, I'm not gonna lay it. Minus 195, I might bet it, but like a small amount. I think Taira's work on the feet has gotten pretty good. I think him on the feet is just gonna make such a difference that we're not gonna see like that we didn't see in the what Mikhaev brought to the table against Perez. Perez kept sprawling everything Mikhaev, like every Mikhaev takedown attempt. The problem was though that Perez didn't really do too much damage with that, but I think Taira's going to shoot better takedowns, and he's got slick back takes, which I think he's going to be able to hit at one point in this fight. I think he's going to be able to use his wrestling and grappling and show he's the freaking real deal. I love Tatsuro Taira. I think he's the real deal. I don't know how many times I said real deal. Said a lot. Repeating myself. Taira's striking is pretty good, and I think that's gonna play a big factor. I like the reach, the range. I like the age difference. Perez not necessarily an old guy, but Tatsuro Taira is that young blood. He's a young blood coming in the game. He's gonna go ahead, and I think he's gonna take a win here. So yeah, I like that fight a lot. That's a great main event. It's a true test for Taira. It's like we'll actually legitimately get to see where Taira is. But yeah, so let's go through this. I'm gonna go through some more maybe like betting stuff when going through the recap. I like Milkov's. I'm not crazy about a bet. Maybe like an over, but I'm not crazy. I like Josephine Knudson to win. Just the money line. The money line is amazing. I think that's the best bet on this card. I love Josephine Knudson to win this fight. Weston Wilson Jekka probably under 1.5. Weston Wilson's probably gonna be done on under 1 round. It's either Weston Wilson wins in like 1 round or it's all Jekka. Like wins by sub. But yeah. Judice versus Fernandez. Yeah, like Judice. I guess taking a shot on the dog, it doesn't hurt. Not a big one in my opinion. Again, the same thing with Brady Highstand. I think a small shot on the dog. I think he can have success with grappling and damage against defense against Garrett Armfield. Nate Maness under? Nah, I don't know. I don't want to really bet this fight if I'm honest. Maybe if you like Jimmy Flick, you don't hate the dog shot. It's not a bad one, but if you want to bet Joshua Van, if you think Joshua Van can win, I think a live bet on Joshua Van is very, very good because I think he's gonna lose round 1 because that's pretty much how Joshua Van always fights. He always loses round 1. He picks up the pace. But I think an over is not bad. What's the over price tag on this one? Is it over 1.5 to over 1.5 minus 260? I don't hate that at all. I think minus 260. I think that probably hits. Yeah, over 1.5 is not a bad bet for that one. I think. Like betting wise, Quinlan Fugit. You can probably play either side you like the most in this one. Quinlan moneyline and Fugit moneyline either way, whatever side you like. I think that's a good way to go. I don't think the line has gone that crazy. Let me take a quick look just to be sure. Minus 125 Quinlan, plus 105 Fugit. Yep, I agree with that. Asu, probably an over, but like I'm not even sure if I would want to bet that. What's the over? 1.5 is minus 175. Probably over 1.5, but I'm not sure if I would bet that. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, Asu should win. Douglas Silva, the Andrade. I think he's a good moneyline bet. Right now I believe he's plus 115, so I think that's not a bad bet at all. Go Douglas with the Andrade. Timmy Kawamba versus Lucas Almeida. I wish the odds were better. I don't like Timmy Kawamba at these odds at like minus, what's it, 195? Yeah. That's a pass, I think. Ikram Adiskara, it's disgusting. I guess an under. What's the under on this one? It's gonna be disgusting. Under minus 220. Oh my god. It's not even worth it. It's not worth it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And Perez Taira, I think Taira anywhere below minus 200 is fine. I think I don't want to say over because I got burnt by that on the Nicolau fight. I didn't bet it, but I was thinking that. Yeah. I don't know. I do want to mention, I forgot to mention this for the Knutson Pilastri fight. The fight that I can't stop talking about. I love this fight. Knutson spread minus 3.5. This girl always wins. Like I mean, not always wins by whatever way she wants. Because Jacinta Austin, again, Jacinta Austin's incredible, but how she wins, she usually does it very dominantly. I think it's gonna be 30-27 bare minimum Knutson, which is why I'm like so confident in her. I think minus 3.5 is a good bet on that fight. So yeah, I'm pretty heavy on Knutson really this week. She's the main big bet. I don't really have any other bets as of right now. I think I might sprinkle on Taira, Silva de Andrade, maybe Quinlan. Probably not. Probably sprinkle on a high stand. Sprinkle on Judice. And that would probably be it. And maybe like some of those other lines. Probably the spread of Josephine Knutson I'd be willing to look into playing as well. So yeah, that is the card. So yeah, you can check out my stuff at betmma.tips. As always, I can show you how we've been doing overall. We've been doing quite good. As of recent especially. As you can see, we're up 26.25 units after that Imavov. Oh my god, I can't remember. Imavov Cannoneer card. And yeah, it's been a great ride. We really need Knutson to do well this week, and I truly believe in her. I wouldn't have put such a big bet on her if it wasn't the case. I was expecting to go 2 weeks in a row with big bets like Imavov and Josephine Knutson. But it is what it is. We find the spots and we go with it. Yeah, the next week I definitely don't have like a big bet. I'm probably gonna have like a nice bet on one person, but we'll see. So yeah, that's it for champ bets. You can check out the website champbetsmma.com for stuff for my videos and like stuff like that. Obviously betmma.tips, champ bets. We're ranked 305. I just started at the Rose Namajunas Amanda Hebus card. We've been going strong ever since. Like some rough weeks, like Allen versus Curtis was not the greatest one. Nascimento versus Lewis was not the greatest one, but these otherwise we've been doing quite well, and yeah, I hope you can keep winning. So yeah, let's go, Josephine Knutson, the Thunder can help it get it out there, get the good vibes. Yes, let's go, Josephine Knutson, and yeah, see you guys next week for Chimaev versus Whitaker. Although I've been hearing things Chimaev might be out, who knows? Maybe it's Imavov versus Whitaker. That's an interesting fight. So yeah, see you guys next week for the Saudi Arabia Fight Night card. See ya.